And I was just thinking because of time frame and because of cost, and just have it on that ballot and
Well, to be honest with you, I wouldn't mind if it came up, but I think we're out of time, aren't we, to get it on a special meeting?
well, the discussion was, do we do a raise a hand meeting or we do it a paper ballot? And we kept going back and forth with that.
Right,
But
and I think we all agreed it would be better than paper ballot.
I think a paper ballot's much better. Now, if we do
So,
it
and
at
time-wise-
sooner, time-wise, you can do it, but you'd be asking them to do a lot more because you're gonna have to set up a whole nother election, get the school free
Correct.
too, pay the extra money, cause it will go on its own separate ballot, and in turn, get ready for,
Budget.
the budgets, get ready for, the taxes will be due in April and so on, plus getting ready for the regular election. So you would run one election right until the another election, which is nuts.
And if I might add, this is very well written, but it still needs to go in front of the wires.
Yes,
so
she
that's
sent
gonna
it
take
to
some
them, so
time.
they're
She
looking
did
at that,
already.
yes, yeah.
It's gonna take time to do that, to get it written properly.
And I don't, from everything I've read and everything I've looked at, it looks like that even if when they put that in, when it passes, because the recounts are happening now, mine just got finished, actually, they emailed me. When that goes and they sign it all in, it says the law and the things probably will not even come into effect because they have to get stuff ready by, it'll be months. So I think we'd be okay by putting it on the May
To
election.
get this on May.
Yeah.
Well, what's the state gonna do in the meantime? We're thinking we have time enough that way?
They said it would be quite a few months before they even get anything, any documentation, any strong documentation. The rules, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. Ready to go, so I think we would be okay. And I'm assuming when we talk about this with the planning board, that will be, like a handout, because we'll have the hearing and everything, and then they'll have something smaller per the handout, vote yes or no to put the moratorium on, and give a brief description for the ballot, because you don't want that big long thing on the ballot, because that's just gonna cost you a ton of money.
Well, a lot of times it's proven fact that something like that's extended, people will just vote down, they won't bother to read their way through it. They'll make
Yeah,
about 3
you gotta
sentences
make
and
it,
that's
you gotta make it a little tiny paragraph that makes sense to them, what the moratorium means briefly and what it is, because all it is doing is stopping the process for us so we can get an ordinance together for the future. So that way, we can get an ordinance together for November, because that'll give us all summer to really do it, the planning board working on it with us, so.
Well, I do believe that, I realize this is called the moratorium ordinance, but I believe we also have one in effect in the town already that allows us to do this too. Not marijuana, but I'm saying we have a moratorium ordinance that allows us to make another moratorium ordinance. You see what I'm saying? Very simple.
I don't know.
We do, I think. That's how else, there was a moratorium done many years ago in town that, I forget what it was on lot size or some crazy thing.
Oh, building,
Buildings,
well,
yeah.
how many, or permits you can give out?
Permits.
Oh,
Right,
yeah,
right.
that's just on permits and stuff, it has
But
nothing to
this
do with
would
this.
come under the same thing, our being allowed to do something like this. So
Yeah,
you
but
couldn't
we
have
have
somebody
to-
walk in
yes.
and say.
Yeah, they
"No,
have
you
to
can't
vote
do
for the
that."
moratorium for us because we don't have an ordinance or anything that says for this.
Right.
That's on permits, on how many house permits you can put up, yes, yeah, you're right. I couldn't remember, but, so, what do you think, Paul, do you think?
I'd rather see it in May,
Okay.
because it's not gonna be a real big election this year, there's only one candidate.
Yeah.
I would draw mine,
Well, I'm looking at it in 3 different ways. I think we're okay time frame. I really do. I believe that they won't even have their
Alright.
ducks in a row.
I'll bring up the question now, is there any other ordinance, any other things going on out in the town? Is anybody collecting any signatures for anything else right now?
For petitions?
Yeah, for
I haven't
petitions.
heard of any petitions, no. No.
Actually, can I just speak on that?
This is
I
a
would,
workshop, you really can't talk about
workshops, you can speak.
Well, if we allow you, not really.
Excuse me. but
Not really,
workshop,
we're
you
trying
can.
to get things done.
Well, if
so.
you want a truthful answer to his instead of what you just said, which is untrue, I can tell you that.
But you know.
There are petitions being circulated by citizens.
There was stuff, I know there was stuff going on.
Well, I haven't seen them here yet, and they
At the
wouldn't be
last
on
election,
there
there
until,
was-
they
there
have to
was-
get in here and,
There was some stuff out there at the
Yeah.
last election, I don't know what it has become of it.
I haven't
Everybody's
seen
given
anything.
up. I haven't
And
either
Dale hasn't
personally.
said anything to me about petitions, so.
Right,
So,
right, as far as I know, there's nothing that's
yeah,
legally
pending.
come across
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. So that's that. Do you guys want to go over, some of this packet of budgets that we got? You wanna look at them while we're right here in the workshop?
Well, that's not part of the workshop for marijuana. And
Well,
we have written it up as a workshop.
Well, it's a
for
workshop.
marijuana.
A workshop, I think you can pretty much go over.
For the
each one.
moratorium vote.
Are you going over the budget?
Well, we don't have to. If it's not on there, we can just go. I
Oh, it's
mean,
not
if
on
that's.
there, it's,
Okay, then we won't. Then I'll just make a motion that we go. I'm not gonna.
You know, I'm gonna go get my book.
No. If it's not on the agenda, then I'm not gonna go over it, because I'm not
we
gonna.
really should have stuff on the agenda, like.
Yes, but a workshop, I think
And
you
we
can
have,
go
we
over lots of
haven't,
things.
we've been kind of lax about getting these agendas out too. Shouldn't we be out there a few more days ahead of time?
Yes, probably they should.
You know, that makes it hard to hold a meeting too.
But we just made decide to do this workshop to talk about that here, so. All right, so I guess that we can adjourn, because we kind of talked about that enough to know that we don't want it until May. So I make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second it.
If there's time, is there any time for public comment or question?
This was just a workshop, what we were supposed to be doing. And really, there's not much time for public comment on something like that, so. Sorry. If we had the full agenda written, like it should be done,
Well, I didn't tell Sue to put that on there. I just thought a workshop meant that we could go over whatever we need to go over, because that's a workshop. But that's fine.
When's our next meeting, Monday?
Monday. But I think that's how you can do it. I think if it's a workshop, I mean, we'll just I'll have to look.
oh,
Yeah.
the workshop was for a specific purpose here,
Okay, that's
That's
fine.
what it's written.
Yeah, that's fine.
Monday,
nothing
Yes.
else.
Yes.
is there two next week?
Could I ask you,
Yes.
since the executive session was not on the agenda,
It
if
was
you
an
made any
emergency executive
decisions?
session, and we didn't make any decisions.
Okay,
That's
thank
what it
you.
was. And personnel matters.
Mhm.
I think Thursday, next week. Monday, I think it's Thursday.
Thursday will be at 6:00.
What are you saying, you canceling off Mondays?
No, we're coming Monday.
Okay,
Then one Thursday, but at 6:00.
okay. Just so I understand.
Well, that was easy. Thank you. I'm gonna look at these while I'm here. That's gonna go. I'll just make notes.
I heard you talking about Thursday at 6:00. I'm trying to get somebody to come in to do the
Okay.
budget. I haven't heard back for sure if they
Yeah,
can.
all right. They don't.
So as soon as I do, we'll know, but
Give me that thing and I'll read it.
So what, are these proposed budgets? Well, how come we're not having the department head come in to the
We're
meeting?
going to, she's just what she said, she's
Why have you
scheduling them.
got a written proposed budget?
So I can
When
look
we're
at it
gonna,
before.
when we're gonna have this in a meeting anyways?
Or is it so you can review it before
Okay,
you
do
have
I
the
have
meeting?
one?
Yes,
This
she
one?
gave, well, that's an extra one, she gave you one last week.
Okay,
I'm just gonna look at it.
this one happens to be on the budget committee.
Yes, there's several of them in here.
Now, this is with the change, this is new proposed numbers, right? The ones we supposedly discussed in a meeting already?
No, we haven't discussed these. Well, budget committee
What
might
did Betty
have,
bring us?
Betty brought us, we've done two already, this could be Betty's. This is Betty's.
It is.
And then planning board and conservation and appeals board's on here too. Yep, and rec department's down below.
And these are all people's proposed budgets before they come in and see the selectmen and discuss it.
Yes.
Why is that?
so we can review it. If you have any questions, I'm gonna make questions before they come in, so I'm ready.
So in other words, we're gonna do the same thing as the budget committee does.
Well, you don't have to, Royce, you can just wait till you have your
No,
meeting.
I'm just wondering how
It's
it's-
just so I can.
Why is
prepare.
it, why the change in all this all of a sudden?
We always done it that way,
Not like this, we didn't.
yeah.
You had the year before's numbers, and then when the department heads came in, then we discussed the new numbers that they were putting down.
You got it right there, the old number.
This is not the old number, Mr. Merrill.
Yeah, it is, there's old numbers and new numbers on there.
Right there.
So you've already got a proposed budget that's been all handed around
We
the office
always-
already,
we
before
always-
we've had a chance to even discuss these budgets with the department head.
That's why we're gonna discuss it.
We're supposed to do it the opposite way, Paul. And you were right here and you've done this. How's that being fair to anybody?
What are you talking about, Royce? It's just so I can look at it before they come in and I can have questions ready for them. If you don't wanna have it, then don't have it. When they come in, then you can
Huh?
talk to them and ask your questions
I'm just
then.
wondering why this budget is all cut and dried already.
It's not cut and dried. If you
Looks
look
to
at
me
it,
like
it
it is.
says
It looks to
requested,
me like there's a proposed budget for 2016, and there's one right next to it for 2017.
where are you?
They've already decided they
No.
wanna go to that.
No, they're gonna go to this, actually. Requested, that's what we're gonna talk about. I mean, their other budget was exactly
And
the
then
same.
right over here, it says approved, and it's the same number.
That's last year. 16 and 17 is last year, 17, 18 is this year.
Okay. And as it happens, it's the same number?
This is what we're currently using, 16 and 17. This is what was approved, 16 and 17. This is what's requested, it's not the same number.
Down here it is.
Well, the total might be, but if you look,
Isn't the total what the townspeople ended
no,
up
it's
voting
not the
on?
same number. Look,
Well, we
approved
end up
last year
voting
was
on it,
600.
And the budget committee and everybody else
Look,
ended up
it's
voting on it.
400 requested this year. Last year, it was 600. So it isn't the same number.
It's funny how I add up these two numbers in a row. One is for staff and like that. This one here is for staff and development and training is up top. It's increased by $200. The bottom one is decreased by $200.
Mhm.
But it's still the same thing
Mhm.
when you add both together.
Mhm. Yes. But the budget has changed. The budget has changed. The total on the bottom is the same, yes, but they moved their money around. They upped the staff and development, and then they reduced their supplies.
So what you said earlier was that you got this out just so that you can study it. So that it gives us all a chance to study it
Yes.
before the meeting starts.
Yes.
Okay? I guess it's fair, I don't know.
We're adjourned anyways, okay. We can go, I'm just gonna read and futz through my paperwork. You don't have to stay. I'm just gonna read these and then I'm gonna go.
If I knew what the paperwork was, perhaps I'd be interested in going the
It's
same with
minutes,
it
I'm
too.
reading minutes.
Really? Okay.
See you Monday.
See you, Paul. Have a good night. Bye.
Well, I've got a few minutes, Christine, maybe I can hang around too and sign a few minutes, or look them over anyway, to make a decision. What else we got going around? It's gotta be looked at and signed and all that good stuff.
Night, John.
Well, I'm still hanging around. I got a few other things I gotta do.
Okay. Did you notice the flag was at half-staff when you came in today?
I've been in here a few times today, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't notice.
Well, I came this morning and did it myself.
Yeah, I can't. Forgot to bring it up in the meeting, but I did find an electrician. And
You
we're gonna
did?
We're gonna make a couple of changes on the lights and the one for the flag. It's probably
Good.
gonna be one that's on the ground, that's the most likely to, at this point. It's all up in the air, it's proposed still. And probably not gonna see it until sometime after the first of the year.
The light?
Yeah, if we can get it in, if we can get it.
Well, yeah, basically it's Christmas week. I really
Well,
don't.
that, we got frozen ground out there now too. And I think the way this electrician's explained it to me, we really need to run a line out and down underground a little bit. And the light's gotta set in the ground too. So I don't know if they're gonna be able to do that.
Yeah. Yeah,
But they
interesting.
will.
But at least if we have the parameters in front of us and we know it's going to happen, it's,
Right.
you know, I mean, I really don't want to have to start coming here at dusk
It's-
and shining my headlights on the flag all night because
It's also
I like my
proposed that
bed.
we're gonna put a, what do I wanna say, it's like an electric eye, a sensor on those lights out there, so we don't have to adjust them off a timer every time we turn around, have people forget to do it. And
Yeah, because the time
plus it'll save
changes.
on the light bill. It'll come on when it's needed and go off when needed.
Do you hear we wound up with 13 donors at the blood drive the other day?
You had how many?
13.
Is that all?
Yeah, well, you know, this time of year it's
Yeah.
difficult because everybody's running, you know, but 13 is really a good number. I think last year it was a few less at this time of year, so
Really?
yeah, pretty good for this time of year. And plus, it's not a big facility either, you know, like people, you know. So Royce, did you guys wind up signing that MetroCast? Because it was due today, right?
I don't believe it's been signed. It hasn't been signed, has it, Christine?
I'm going. Good night.
Have a
Stay
nice night.
warm. Well, I gotta go get some expense reports. I'm just coming to get some expense reports, and then I'm heading out.
Good night, I'm sorry you came all this way for 2-minute meeting. I guess we could